So, what we are doing? We are doing cap on air. We are doing cap with video control. We send the picture from the sky up to the ground. No problem. You think? I look around, I see many cradles with video on. A few more cradles than a few years ago. There were only one or twice with video control in. And everybody who starts with video control, I think, has a lot of trouble because nothing works as you would believe. So here I am. I can tell you, don't give up. Don't stop too early. Go on, it will work. Yesterday we had a panorama. Oh, this is a kind of panorama too. Very nice and stable. No moving. Of course, it's not a video. On the other side, it's a film. It's many pictures put together, and a film is nothing else. So, I let it a little bit move. So that's...
Okay, so this is not a video, these are series of pictures? That
Yeah,
you put
these
together?
are some pictures put together with Pixaround.com. It's a program I can use, so if I can use, you can use it too, because it's not difficult. Very easy. So, and free, yes, it costs you nothing. So that's the first, and now the array, but where? We make this. I would try you a video, but maybe there's a specialized on the computer, I'm not. So I make the picture. This is my rig. What's else to a video rig to a normal rig? We need a transmitter to send the signal from the rig to the ground. We need electric power, and of course we need a lot of electric power. We need a camera with a digital out. We need some wire, we need an antenna, and we need maybe some voltage converter. And if you count these points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there are 8 points, and if your rig doesn't work, you have 8 points you can look at. Maybe you have 9 or 10 points, and there could be many mistakes, there could be something broken, there could be doesn't work. 8 points, it's a many stuff. So, we start with a video transmitter.
Okay, so you're using the camera as your video, and taking the actual camera image, and that's what you're seeing on the ground. You're going to have a separate
Yeah, it comes next. Video transmitter. As I started a few years ago, this was a normal size for a video transmitter, this box. It was very huge, very expensive, needs a lot of power. And then the next generation came. It's about this one. I have it. It's about this size. It's nearly about the half. And I think one of those rigs has the same transmitter inside. The next generation is again the half. It's about this size. And the third generation is in this rig again, it's nearly the half. And the power you need goes less. So today it's more easy to get video control before 5 years ago. Because all the components got smaller and better. Technical data. Normally we use in Germany, it's legal, the 2.4 gigahertz frequency. It's called the ISM band, in the industrial science medical. I think you use it in USA, Japan, France, everywhere else. It's made for normally short distances. For computers you use it. You use it for a baby phone, for telephones, for security, for having TV in your garden if there's no antenna plug to send the signal from your living room out to the garden. All these stuff you can buy, use this 2.4 gigahertz. Maybe there are some specialized in radio. They have a special license. They can use other frequencies. The normal, for me normal antenna plug is this one. In Germany we called it SMA.
Same here.
Same here, maybe. And you can't use a normal plug. You have to use a high frequency plug. And the SMA is with a screw. There's a SMB. It's with plug. It's not good. And then there's maybe the BNC but it's not. I like the SMA. It's you can all over the world you change antennas, transmitters to yourself. Or the newest generation, the antenna is fitted directly to the. If you look into the catalogs, there are normally 5 channels you can order. They have. I put the frequency here, and some transmitters have a very small dip switch. You can choose the channel. The modern one, this one, it has about 16 channels. The earlier one has about 5 channels you can choose with the dip switch. And here's these are the old one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you see the frequencies are from this one to the old are the same. And as far as I know, all my transmitters work, I can change. So the transmitter from this firm works together with a receiver from another firm. As far as you have the same frequency, so there's no problem. Is there a problem with some others? Yeah.
Do you know how many discrete channels there are within the band?
That's a good question. And I have to tell you, paper, you can print many things on paper. Don't believe it. If they write, the transmit range would be 300 meters. They would be maybe correct, but it's only the transmitter, it's not the receiver, because if the receiver didn't have the right antenna on, he gets no signal. So the transmitter sends a signal, but the receiver didn't get it. So the transmitter sends it up to 300 meters. Okay, they are right, but they didn't write that receiver they sell with didn't receive the signal. Okay, so paper you can print many things on. Don't believe it. What I have next? So, connection. It's always the same. A transmitter means power. You have ground plus signal. The most transmitters are from baby phone or from have TV in the garden. So there's not only the video signal, there's mainly an audio signal too. We take aerial pictures. What should we do with audio? To hear the wind? No. It's this one. If you have a film camera, it makes noise at the transport, the film. So put a little microphone under the camera, you hear on the ground the camera work. And if the film is full, you hear it, you hear the film is full. So if you have a transmitter with an audio signal, use it, because the microphone, it's small as a coin. The weight is nothing, the cost is less. You have the equipment on board, use the stuff. So you have the audio signal out. Normally, or for myself, I use the ground twice, because this transmitter, it was very famous in Germany, in French too, has this plug on the back side. So it's 5, and they have 5 plugs. And if you put it the right thing on, the signal is on audio and the video signal is on, it doesn't matter, it makes only terrible sound, but nothing is disturbed, because ground is on ground and plus is in the middle. So it's safety if you, okay. So these are the connection. The same is on the receiver, you have the same signals. If you buy it, a complete system in a plastic box, or fit it all together, you can dismount it, you always find these connections. So plastic, it's only for design. Look what's inside. If you have a film camera, you need, like this one, you need a digital signal. So you have, maybe you can use a spy camera. This one I mounted on the contacts for the flash. So it's the advantage is it's always perfect with the camera in the same direction, no movement. The disadvantage is in this rig I didn't have enough high, so it's a Hoover rig. It comes to the gears. So in this old rig I have to put it the spy camera beside. Spy cameras. They give it in black and white and in color. What shall we use? I say use color. If you have an unknown place, color helps you to identify objects. A house maybe on a monitor would like as a black or gray square. You don't know that this is a house. If there are a red roof on, you saw that you see the black square maybe could be a roof because the color is red. So it's faster to get identified what you see. So I started at the beginning. I started with black and white, and then I started with color. This was my first spy camera in color. It takes a lot of costs. Normally for this camera you get a digital camera today. So, and with this camera the problem started. Here my spy cameras. Here are some normally they use up to about 12 volts, 10 bis 15, 9 bis 15, 12 volts. It's normal. Today you can buy some with about 5 volts. They are very new. And these are some pixels. There are some with less pixels. They are not good. This is a normal you can use normal size. There are 2 different kinds of chips inside the camera. The old one or the standard one is the CCD chip. It's very expensive to produce a chip, but the quality is good. So in former days, you get cameras with a CCD chip. It's very expensive, but a good quality. And since maybe one and a half year, there are CMOS cameras on the market. A CMOS chip is very cheap to produce, so the prices go down for spy cameras. The disadvantage is the quality of a CMOS chip is not as good as a CCD chip in former days. No, the times go on, and today it's equal. So a CMOS camera has today the same quality as a CCD, I think. Another thing, a CCD needs a lot more power than a CMOS. And power is weight, you need batteries. So that's about the two things to spy cameras. These are the two ways you get all the video signals, maybe of the spy camera or out of the digital camera. I make it, you need ground and the signal. Very easy. Take your digital camera, put the plug in, and what you see, nothing. Why? This is a normal connector, I think. I bought it, and the original one made by Olympus worked, and the one I bought didn't work. Why?
It's broken.
No, not broken. Yes, we have two contacts. One contact is in the front, the other is on the back, and between there's a small plastic. So, and if you look at, if you buy it from different firms, this plastic has different width. So, and if it is not too thin or too heavy, there's no connect and there's no video out. So, that's the first thing. That's a problem. If you don't know, you have a problem. You get no signal out. The other thing from the Olympus camera is the video out is mostly as fitted to the TFT display. So if the TFT display is on, you get a video signal out. If the video display is not on, there's no video signal out on the plug. So on my camera, I have to activate the video display to get the signal out. If I forget it on the ground, I can send the rig up, there's no video out. It's like if you have no film in the camera, you can, or you have the, yeah. So I think it's on many digital cameras. You have, if you put the plug in, the switch goes, it's an internal switch, the signal goes to the video outputs. But you have it's not printed in the manual to the camera.
Right.
So you have a video output, put the plug in, no video out. Why? Why? So that's the reason.
There's even a number of cameras which don't give a signal when taking pictures, only when replaying.
I don't know about this.
You can have a digital camera where you can't use that.
But they have video out?
Yes.
Yeah, for replaying the pictures.
Oh, so go into the Photoshop and ask, is there a video out? Can you show me? So it's the easiest way. The connectors for the ground station, it's nearly for the monitors are the same as for the spy camera. You need video power. What you can use as a monitor. Maybe you know it from the airplanes, in the seats, the monitors, it's all the same as in the cars. For navigation systems, you can buy monitors. They cost a lot of money, and it's always the same. Don't buy it there. Go to an electronic shop, and it's the same technique. It's more less expensive. So this is a monitor. I buy it at my local store in Brunswick. It costs me about $100. If you go for a navigation system, you have up to $700, no problem. So get it cheap, it's the same. Another kind you can use are small pocket TVs. Pocket TVs are made by Casio, Sony, Citizen, Roadstar, something else. They have all one problem. They are not very good in sharpness and bright. The best pocket TV you can get is made by Casio with a 5 at the front. They started as a 500, then there was a 510, 550. I think today they are at the 580. So the Casio TV with a 5 in front, it's a very good TV with less cost and a good quality of good quality. Use always TFT, nothing else. TFT is very good. Casio has many pocket TVs in its program and with fantastic names. Super Passive Matrix and so on. Forget it, TFT. Yeah, TFT it's more expensive to produce. So Casio looks everywhere to get the price down. Make a good name on, so they earn more money. What you can use as monitors too? Maybe from Olympus, the 8-track. Very expensive. I didn't have it because it's too expensive, but everybody knows, yes? The 8-track from Star Trek. Or if you're famous in old things, old stuff, old video cameras have the ocular, you can dismount it. You can look through it too, but you can't buy it in a normal store. You have to go to Rubbish or something else, so it's for the profis. Okay?
Some of the video cards that come with computers or computer gaming have 3D glasses so they can output that. I wonder if you could adapt one of those to use for a monitor.
Yeah, maybe.
I have 2 or 3 pairs of those glasses that came with video cards lying in the closet.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Of course.
I should try to give it a try. Hack one into it.
Yeah, maybe you'd use. They are fantastic persons like Wolfgang Beutnagle with a helmet and put all together the helmet, the battery in back, the antenna on top, the monitor in front. I don't show this picture here because you don't believe me, but
Ralf, when I first did set up a video rig, I got some of those stereo vision glasses, and I gotta tell you, outside they're absolutely useless.
yeah. So
You can't see anything at all. Don't waste your money. I ended up selling them for half of what I paid for them about a month later.
I use normally this kind of monitors with 4 inches diagonal because they are very cheap, about $100. The Casio costs a little bit more, but the picture is smaller, but the quality it's much better because the normal TVs didn't have much color inside. They are very flat, the color, and the Casio TV has very brightness in the color, so you get a good image. What a here! Wow! You need much power. 600 milliamperes. I had forgotten to the spy camera, yes. There was a joke in front because, yeah, 600 millimeters. At the beginning, I started with this with camera with color, I would say. And I had problems because this camera, if you started it, switched it on, needed about 1 ampere to get started. It's only for 1 or 2 seconds, but it needed 1 ampere. And look at your batteries, such small batteries, you put 1 ampere, nothing work, all will broken. So these are the normal the milliamperes you have to use if it's on. Sometimes you need more to get the stuff on to start it.
So you started with a big battery and then pulled a big battery on.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would work.
The modern, I have many cameras, the other cameras didn't have this problem, but this one needs 1 ampere to start. And then it goes down. So that could be maybe a problem for you too. If you have a special kind of camera, you need maybe some more power to start all equipment. And if there's no power on, yeah, you have maybe a reason for it why it doesn't work.
Ralf, how do you find out if you're shopping for a camera if you're going to have that kind of problem?
Try and error. I didn't know. I never met a person who was perfect in spy cameras. They only will sell something. And paper, you can print much things on papers. You can say this is a very good quality CCD camera. Don't believe it, they only will sell you. So try and error. Of course, last week I was in my local store and I saw some modern CCD cameras with a very good quality of images. Very good. So there will be the next years many good stuff to buy, to try, or forget it. This is a monitor. In this black box, the receiver is, and in the silver box, there's only battery storage inside. What you need outside, you need a tube. You can't see something on the video screen outside without tube. It depends to your eyes how long this screen must be. So for my eyes, I have to use this length. There are some other, maybe with glasses, who need it a little bit more this length, or some could use maybe this high. But normally I have to use this. And don't get sunlight inside. You see nothing. This is one way. This is another TV. You can buy it everywhere. I saw it in the American catalogs. It's made in Korea or something else. You can buy it everywhere. This is the tube to protect for sunlight. Again, in this part there's a receiver, and then below there's a echo. Where we have to go? Antenna. Small collection of antennas. The normal distance, it's printed in the catalogs maybe about 30 meters in houses and 300 meters outside. So it's a part of the place where you are. If you are on sand ground, you get a higher distance as if you're on a ground with plants. In dry, you get a longer distance as in wet air. If you have telegraph mass beside you, you get a shorter distance. So if they say you get 300 meter range on the ground, it doesn't true. It's only a number on paper. So if you will compare the distance, you have go always to your own location at the same point, go away and try out how far you can get away to have an image. If you have another antenna to try, start at the same place, walk, and if you have a longer walk, you have a better antenna. So I tried this with several cappers. They with me always in winter, sometimes in winter they have only sandals on and they have to look to go way a long way, so they froze. So it's funny. This is a normal antenna. Different sizes here with an you see what's angle. This is a normal. This one is a little bit more better. Here's something else. This one is a very special kind. It looks like the same as this, but there's a platine inside with a special kind of area.
What's the normal use of this type of antenna? Do you find it in radio equipment or?
Yes, you can't find it in at the stores who sells the spy cameras or
Security cameras.
the security cameras. And each store has normally one antenna, so you have to go to 10 stores to have 10 different antennas. So you have to look everywhere.
Well, those antennas set for a specific frequency, and if you...
Yes, you can use, this antenna are made for this frequency. You can't use it for any other frequencies. This is a small patch antenna, and can you see it? It's a platen, and here's a special kind of shape on. Nobody knows why this shape has this dimension, but it works. Patch antennas, the small one, this has about 3 decibel. This has about, I don't know, and this one has about 8 decibel. Also, it's more, okay. This one is made by, this is the sign of the firm, Huber & Suhr. It's a Swiss-made firm, specialized on antennas to 2.4 gigahertz. It's normally sold about $70 yeah, $70 up to $200. If you make this antenna yourself, it costs you about $5. And I opened the white box. It's only plastic. You can open, you can look inside, and you can make it yourself. I tried with this one, and I tried with that one. So it's always the same technique, but it works. And the better one, yeah, $5 to make it.
You have plans for that, right?
Yes. It will be the next part, to make your own antenna.
So this is the receiver?
Yeah, it's a...
And having a better receiver antenna increases the read?
This is the workshop for this. You need some brass, glue it on wood. Okay. You have to mark some lines on. You need this piece. This has a special kind. You make it out of copper foil. You can with a chisel or with a knife. You need you need a little bit of isolation tape. You need a little bit of aloe. This is this one in front. Where's the cursor? You make a hole like a butterfly inside. You saw it out. These are the pictures. And then you put all together. This is the front side. On the back side, you put the isolation tape and you put this part on the back side. And there's something missing. And at the end you put a little bit aloe in front, all glued together, and ready is your antenna. See, the antenna is ready to go. You put the cable on, a little bit of brass, wood, this shape, it costs you about $5. And if you buy it, it's about... So, and I tried out, maybe try and error, to make this part more easier, to make it only one line. It doesn't work. So if you open an antenna, get all dimensions and make it normally the same as it in. Don't change anything. Then it will work. I think Brooks has an antenna. There are some others with different sizes, with other styles on. Not with a butterfly hole, something with, there's a square with cutted X. Maybe if there's anybody here, they put the antenna off the plastic, take the measurements, and we can compare. So what is good or what is not good. Because if there is only one who buys this antenna, it's enough. There must be about 60 person who buy this antenna to get the measurements. It's very expensive. Huh?
Kevin Flynn in the front row has found a source for sheet copper of about the right thickness to make that antenna. It's very hard to find here. I don't know whether it would be that way in other towns, but Kevin knows where to get it. And
for me,
stick your hand up. So
I go into my local model shop and there they have plain and brass in thin, thick, no problem for me. So model shop, maybe ship model shops. For historic ships, they made of wood. They have normally brass too. Again? Someday, my old video system works very good, and someday I had no signal with a distance above 10 meters. So, what was happened? The antenna wire was broken. So, the antenna was gone from the transmitter, so I have the time to open the antenna because it's broken, it's a defect, so you can look inside. It's this kind of antenna, and it looks very complicated. Yeah. That's what it is. It's nothing. Almost nothing. In the box. This is a coaxial cable. It must be for high frequency. There's a special name, maybe I think I write it down. No, it's not. It's RG100.
174.
Yes, it's very good for this stuff. And the outer material you can see here, it's break very easy. So if you bend the antenna sometimes, it could be broken. And if there's no ground signal to the antenna doesn't work. So you have no distance. So that was for me to make the antenna. Yeah, where's my antenna? Replaceable and make the SMA connector on. The part of the antenna, which is the antenna is from here to here. This is the inline, where the signal is. And this is a kind of brass tube put outside, fitted to the ground here. And this thing is only a long cable, and you can make it this length, or this length, or this length, no problem. The antenna is this. So here here I wrote it. So these are the original dimensions from the normal antenna. Where to place the antenna? For this frequency you need nothing between. Nothing. So nothing means no plastic, no wood, no metal. And if you have a rig, in your rig you have a lot of metal, plastic, wood. So where to place the antenna? In my opinion, the best is, if you have this kind of antenna, it must be on the ground, because the cradle is high, you is high in the sky, you are on the ground, and there must be from each direction, if the rig is moving, you must have a free line to the antenna. And the best position is to make it this here. I started maybe with the old rig. Here the antenna was here, and if I stay here, the rig is here, and the rig turns, tuk 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 tuk. The antenna was here. The signal must go through my rig. There was no image on the ground. So it's everything. Tuk 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 tuk. No image. You move it around, you get an image. It's a typical mistake for not place the antenna in the right position. That's where to place the antenna. That was a connect. This antenna is always sold by firms about $25. You need only a little bit of brass and a little piece of this wire. It costs you nothing. If you buy it, it's a fantastic so it's nearly fantastic how the price is.
And then if you buy it, it might be broken and it doesn't work anyway.
Yeah. So some make some nice looking plastic around with rings and good design, well-known industrial design, but it's always the same inside. This one I found in the internet. I found it last week, so I didn't have built it, but it's for a guy who used it for not for video, for cap. It's for other model projects. And I know the French people like Bernard Hinault, they tried several types of this of a disc cone. Disc cone means the discus with the conus on the top. So because it's very easy to make, I will show you.
Is it transmitting antenna?
you can use it for transmit and for receive. And what you need some copper or brass with a size. You have to bow it to a cone. Yeah, this is the cone. The cone is connected with a ground signal, and the lower one, the upper one. Yes, it's a disc with the radios. You put the disc on, isolated by some isolation tape, and ready is your antenna. Very easy for self-made. You can't sell this type of antenna in a store because no firm produce it. It's if you make antenna on a platen, it's more easier to make. So this one is very good for us to experiment. It's an idea. Maybe.
How much gain from this antenna? How many dBs?
I think about 8.2. So I think it was about 8 dBs. So try and error. I know the French guys, they didn't have a complete conus. They had only several wires. So it's not a complete conus. They make it with wires. Experimented, so try it out. So there's several we can try out without spending a lot of money.
Which way does the signal
It's omnidirectional.
Nearly. There's in this direction there's not a lot. It's on the top, and on the right is the best.
So you would mount it upside down, perhaps, on the rig?
I would, if I discount something else, I would mount it this 90 degrees to the rig. Yes, it's always the same. So you always need free space between.
So put it on the side and put it down.
Yes. So that could be interested for a workshop. Of course, I found this one last week, so I prepared my stuff and didn't can show you the real one. But for me, it's interesting because. Of course, the French guys use it. As I started with video control, we have. No, it's not. We had only nickel cadmium echoes for power, and the nickel cadmium powers at Mignon size, they have about 500 milliampere hours capacity. And if you try it with video, with this camera, with 1 ampere, and today it's more easier. You have nickel metal reed are very famous. They get cheap, and you have up to at Mignon size up to 2000 milliampere hours. It's a lot more than 500 milliampere. And they are very easy to charge, to handle. They didn't have the memory effect, so I use normally the Mignon size, the AA. Mignon size. Normally all is it was normally all with 12 volts. So at the beginning, I started with 12 volts on a rig. 12 volts means 10 cells of accus. It's a lot of stuff, but of course it works. And you can buy maybe the plastic boxes to put the batteries in. They are not good because if you use it about a month, the plastic broken. It's bent, it's got, and you have no contact. And if you have no contact, there's no power in, and your rig doesn't work. So I make it with thick plastic around the box, so it can't move away. So this is very good stuff. And if you have no voltage in your accu because you have forgotten to charge it, you buy some batteries and put a blind one in. It's a little bit of a kite stick plugged with some brass on the left, on the right. You put it in because this is 1.5 volt and the accu has 1.2 volts. So you have it stands here, jumper cells. Here's one, there's on the other side one, you have 12 volts too. Very easy. You can use it with batteries or with accus. Here again, here, the jumper cells. And for the ground station, because of the great monitor, I have this accu pack twice. So I go normally for a weekend on a kite festival without charging my battery. So I have 1 weekend free without charging and enough power inside. It's a strong of the pull. So this one is for me a very good way with accu. Again the pictures.
This is a voltage converter. It makes from 12 volt down to maybe, you can go maybe 6 volt or 6 volt is very good for the research from your video, from your model radio control. So at the beginning I have 2 accu packs for the power inside, one for the normal model transmitter and one for the video. So it's very heavy. So this one can reduce, you have only one battery inside, 12 volt, make it down, you can use radio control on. It's an example. This one I might my own, this one you can buy, this is another one you can buy. This is the thing, it makes the other way around. It's a step-up converter. You put the small accu, put the step-up converter on. Maybe you put 6 volts from your normal from your receiver, and it takes 6 volt up to 12 volt. So you have only a small accu in your rig, and you have 12 volt on. This one you can buy in Germany. I used it for 6 months and then it was broken, it doesn't work anymore. I bought another one, Wolfgang Kite buys it, really want this, bought it, and all after 6 months broken. So I never used step up before. But of course, here some other guys use step up with other parts inside. They can tell maybe that it will be hold for a longer time. So I didn't spend much time on get 12 volt up from a low level to high level. I tried it out with this one. This one doesn't work. So if you see this one in the catalog, don't buy it. It doesn't work. Try it out with other ones. Of course, there's equipment to get 12 volts from. I have switches in my rigs because I only need the video signal on ground if I am looking in the if I want to make the picture. If the cradle is only in the air and I'm moving on the ground, I need no picture. So I have an electronic shutter inside to turn off the power part for the video transmitter and the video camera to save electricity. This one is a very old one. You can buy it. It's here's a relay. So there.
How are you activating that with your transmitter on the ground? Do you use one of your controls that would normally operate a servo and just go up and make contact to that switch?
This one is plugged normally in your receiver, like a servo.
It replaces the servo.
Oh, it's okay. It's the same as the servo.
This is a double size. You can it's the same. You can this one used for to shut a camera. The same stuff. This one maybe for measurement, and this one for to shut if you have a two-step connector. Here's the LED is on, and if the LED is with color, the power is on. Here's the 40. You can put the step on where the switch goes on. This is another one, a little more bigger. This one is with SMD in the relay. This one is completely an SMD. Or you can make it this way. You have switches, a mini servo, and this one is a switch to switch on and off the video the video power. This method is very easy to make and it works every time. The electronic switch there has some problems if you go to locations with higher temperature, for example. You have to adjust the point of getting the switch on and off. It depends on the temperature maybe. So you come to a kite festival, no video. Why? Because the point of setting the switch changed. So you always have to, with a screwdriver, set it no. The other thing, if you have some interferences in the air by walkie-talkie or something else, the switches vibrate. So nothing good. You get no pictures. And in this case, if the servo moves, there's so much space, nothing happened. So this one I like very much. Of course, on ground for testing, you can put your finger on and try it for test. Real simple. This is the third rattle from this type. This one.
Ralf, I have a question.
Yes, okay, we make
On the
question.
camera, what's the best viewing angle for the lens to use for the camera? I know they have different, some are wider, some are, have you had any
Viewing angle. Make
So what you're asking is in the spy cameras, you can get like 40 degrees up to 90 degrees.
it's always the same. There's paper, they print they print some numbers on, and it's a mathematics. And if you make the mathematics, put all together in a calculation, tabelle, in a calculation, and compare it, nothing gets together. nothing gets together. So buy it and try it out. So I have,
Okay.
you can see
So you have your different lenses.
the different lenses.
And you try to make the angle of your video camera the same as the angle of the film camera.
So I tried it out, tried several objectives. There are two about 12 millimeters. It's normal. And there's some new stuff with about 9 millimeters diameter. So, normally 12 millimeter is normal. You can change it from one to another. The only way the firm who sells this objective is about 10 degrees difference. So you can go there. Not any longer, they close, because they get it from Taiwan, it's Taiwan or Taiwan firm closed. So, but if you look in the internet, maybe you found some, yes, like this antenna who sells this. Okay, let's open another. For you use single lens reflex camera, you can mount the spy camera behind the ocular. I didn't make it because I didn't have enough space behind my ocular to put the spy camera behind. Another thing is that the film camera has an 8x3 format. The spy camera has 3x4. So you get problems with the size. And if you have something black or the ocular beside, the darkness or of the spy camera change. So it's very difficult. If you are a trophy, you can use it, or you can try it, try and error. Oh.
Do you have a handout for the data you presented? Do you have a handout, a printout of the data?
I just want you to just
Is that on your website? All what you showed on the computer, on the screen? Is that on your website?
some stuff of them is on my website.
Oh, okay.
The antenna plan is not on the website because the antenna is a registered trademark, and I don't want to have trouble with this firm.
So are you looking through the viewfinder on the ground while you're doing this?
This was the same. I had the video receiver on the ground, and I had some. So I have now show you. I think to make a special airflow break, and then we have.